So Trump is weird is now trending on Twitter, and Donald Trump is very upset about this. His followers are very upset, and they can't believe that we would have the audacity to call them weird. Well, I don't know if they know this or not, but this is nothing new. We've been calling them weird from day one. It's just that now it's starting to trend, and they're starting to catch wind of it, and Donald Trump is going to make a comeback and a rebuttal to that. And you would think that he would think long and hard about what he was going to say to defend himself, but he came out with this classic response. Take a look.
Well, they're the weird ones, and if you've ever seen her with the laugh and everything else, that's a weird deal going on there. They're the weird ones. Nobody's ever called me weird. I'm a lot of things, but weird I'm not, and I'm up front, and he's not either, I will tell you. JD is not at all. They are.
How many of you heard that response and thought of Pee Wee Herman? I immediately thought of, I know you are, but what am I? That's the best he can come up with. We're not weird, you're weird, JD Vance ain't weird, you guys are the ones that's weird. That's all he can come up with. Folks, the guy has been weird from day one, and the rest of us has been paying attention, has just been trying to point it out. I want you to take a look at this next video from Midas Touch. And as you're watching it, ask yourself if this was anyone but Trump in MAGA's world. If it was anyone else but Trump, wouldn't they agree with us that this is pretty damn creepy? Take a look.
A lot of really creepy statements, actions for sure, but statements that he's made in the past that make me very uncomfortable, certainly as a mother, but as a person who breathes air.
You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
Really creepy statements.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Stop it! Oh, it's so weird. Stop. You know what? You are sick. Yeah.
It makes me very uncomfortable that he would look at certain other Americans the way he apparently has in the past.
What does Tiffany have of Marlon's?
She's got Marlon's legs.
Creepy.
We don't know whether or not she's got this part yet, but time will tell.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
He's definitely not a typical father.
Creepy.
If he was anybody else, they would throw him under the bus. If that was someone they just grew up with or went to church with, they'd throw him under the bus immediately. If that was a guy they worked with, they would be gossiping behind his back going, good Lord, did you hear what Donnie said about his own daughter? Man, that guy's sick. And think about it. If you went to work and tried out Donald Trump's act in any factory in this country, you would be fired immediately. If you walked in and talked to the women the way he does, and if you said the outlandish things that he does, you would be fired immediately. And if you said to your boss, imagine going to your boss and saying, hey, I have to have full immunity in order to be able to do my job. So the handbook you guys gave me when you hired me, that doesn't apply to me. I have to be able to break everything in this because I got to do my job. Try that on for size at work. Just go to work and try that on for size. You wouldn't make it. You wouldn't make it at McDonald's if you said that. If you was running a drive-through in a McDonald's and you said, hey, I'm going to say whatever I want to the customers because I have to do my job, they would show you the door. Donald Trump is not only weird, he's not only creepy, he's just downright sick and disgusting. And people cheer it on because they think they're at a WWE event and they think that it's cool. It's funny to me, though, that these people who loses their minds over drag queens, these people are losing their minds over the opening of the Olympics. Oh, my God, it's terrible. We got drag queens impersonating the Lord's Supper. Oh, my God. But yet they'll sit back and they'll watch Trump talk to women however he wants to. He gets found liable of sexual abuse. He defames the victim. He talks down to women all the time. They don't care about that. They're just concerned about a trans woman in a boxing match. That's all that's all they want to talk about. Oh, God. Oh, we can't let a woman in a boxing match. Oh, no. But we can let him talk down to them. We can let him sexually abuse them. We can let him defame them. That's okay. And they want to talk about, oh, they were depicting the Lord's Supper. No, they weren't. But even if they were, you guys have sat back and shared pictures of Trump with Jesus behind him with his hands on his back. You shared pictures of Trump strung up on a cross with a loincloth of an American flag. I mean, how sacrilege could you possibly get? So when you come out here with all this fake outrage about the Olympics, all this fake outrage about drag queens, all this fake outrage about trans and sports, when you come out with all of that, we're going to call it weird. But I really don't know that weird is the right word for this. I know it's trending and it's funny and it gets under their skin. So yeah, we like saying it for that reason alone. But I don't know if weird is really the word we're looking for here. I just think blatant hypocrisy fits better. I think people who does not have a problem with cruelty fits better. I think people who do not care at all about how you treat other people fits better. Because that's what this boils down to. If it's Donald Trump, they will find a way to spin it and defend it. But if it was anyone else, just try it out one time. Find your Fox News watching uncle and tell him that your cousin Ricky said what Trump said. And I guarantee you, we'll have to have a talk with Ricky. That's some bullshit, man. He can't be talking about girls like that now. You can't be saying that to your sister. But if it was Trump saying the same thing, oh, well, it's just locker room talk. But it's not anymore. It's not locker room talk. Now it's a prosecutor standing across from a man found liable of rape. So you guys have fun with that. We're not voting for Kamala Harris because she's a Democrat. We're voting for her because she's the best person for the job and because morality-wise, she is head and shoulders above Donald Trump. And, oh, speaking of them saying, oh, she slept her way to the top, they didn't have a problem with Trump sleeping his way all over the place on every wife that he ever had. They thought that was cool. They thought that made him macho. I don't care who Kamala Harris slept with. I don't care who Donald Trump slept with. What I can't stand is hypocrisy. And MAGA is full of it. They're full of it. We can say MAGA is weird. We can say Trump is weird. I'm glad it's trending. I'm glad it got under the little fragile skin. But they're also just blatant hypocrites. They're just blatant hypocrisy at its finest.